Better to have an ex-fiancé than an ex-husband, right? Hey friends, welcome back. Today it's all about those who, unlike Caster Semenya, failed to get to the finishing line. These celebrities got engaged, but unfortunately it didn't end in a happily ever after. After a year of dating, Nkululeko Buthelezi proposed to Modiadie. They were in Zambia on vacation. There was a helicopter ride, a huge banner with the words, "Will you marry me?" and the diamond ring. What more could a girl ask for? Pro obviously said yes. Then a few months down the line, she said no and gave him back his ring. She says a little voice was telling her that this was all a big mistake. But soon after that, she went back and gave him another chance. Then boom! 1 week before the traditional wedding, Pearl dumped him again. Invites had already been sent out, but apparently they clashed over priorities. Buthelezi was also controlling and Pearl had to walk on eggshells all the time. So it was either dumping him before the wedding or marrying him and then getting a divorce the next week. She chose door number 1. He later married someone else and Pearl is spending time with her son. Pearl, Thusi and Robert Marawa's relationship caught many people by surprise. I mean, Pearl is bubbly and extroverted while Robert seems like the quiet and serious type. So them dating, they just didn't have that thing. But they say opposites attract, and Robert, being serious about dating with a purpose, proposed. So he took her to her favorite restaurant, plied her with food, convinced her to have dessert. A platter came out with a box and a ring inside. Poor Robert is now on one knee, sweating and asking for her hand in marriage. She said yes. Then a few months later, they both said no. Pearl says she felt the relationship had run its course, while Robert says he was married to his work and that interfered with the relationship. Both of them moved on and have dated other people since. Who remembers the Boy and Tembisieta era? Those two dated forever and even outlasted Bo's singing career, but that's a story for another day. Well, they dated for over 10 years. At some point, our dear brother Bo proposed. Thembi said yes, but told him to hold on planning a wedding because she didn't want to get married too soon. She says, "I delayed setting a wedding date because I've realized that marriage isn't about the ceremony or the ring on my finger. It's about the connection you build with your partner." So while Bo was waiting on a wedding date, Thembi was over here looking for something, a signal, an internet connection, a spark, something to get this show on the road. She clearly didn't find anything, and soon after that they went their separate ways. Kelly met Chad and did that Dance Komiko music video with him. They were vibing, having a good time. Pretty soon they started dating. They were seen everywhere together. They looked happy. Chad even spent time with Kelly's kids. Then one day they got a feature on top billing, while on what looked like a family getaway. Because Kelly's mom is there, the kids are also there. 5 minutes later, Chad is on one knee on live television proposing to Kelly. He looked awkward and Kelly looked uncomfortable, just a cringe fest, but because this is going to be watched by thousands of people, Kelly had to say yes. But a few months down the line, they broke up. When asked, she says she thanks God she didn't go through with it because he was the wrong person. He was allegedly insecure and childish and wanted Kelly to downplay herself in order to make himself feel better. So the good sis kicked him to the curb. But maybe she should have given him the boot before the matching tattoos, but at least she dodged a bullet. Speaking of dodging bullets, that's exactly what Thando Thabethe did. Apparently a former fiancé, Franz Marshall, was quite the ladies' man and was cheating on her left, right and center. So he had to go. Just a few months ago, she was even talking about the proposal on radio about how unromantic the whole thing was. She says he took her to Northgate, the ice rink, and went down on one knee in the ice while everyone else was skating around. And because he had made the effort, she said yes. But looking back now, she wished he had been more romantic with the proposal. But it doesn't matter now, Thando, because clearly it wasn't the romance he needed to work on. It was his pants that kept falling every time he was near other women. Nomzamo and Kaya tried to keep things under wrap, but soon enough people found out they were dating. Then after a while, that whole Jessica and Nkosi fiasco broke. Tabloids say Jessica bricked Nomzamo, while Kaya says he only started dating Jessica after he had broken up with Nomzamo. But with the way Nomzamo is not on speaking terms with either of them, something fishy happened. But apparently in between trying to get his career off the ground and sneaking around with Jessica, he proposed. Nomzamo said yes. And then she found out about the whole Jessica thing and called off the relationship. When asked about it, she said, "I've been engaged. Yes, I've had a rock on my finger, and I don't plan on having a rock on my finger ever again." Yo, so drastic. If we never see Nomzamo walking down the aisle, at least we know who to blame, ne? Nelisiwe Sibiya dated Ayana and Tanzi at one point. They had been together since varsity and they were engaged until 2019. The engagement failed because of religious differences. Nelisiwe also says, I realized that being with him was holding me back. My career grew the minute I left him. He was a strict man. He would have a problem when I kissed another man on TV. He was a gospel star, so he didn't want his wife kissing other men on TV. She says she landed the Durban Gen role 2 days after breaking up with him. Aibo clearly was a handbrake in her life, a shoe that was just too tight for her. Just a few years ago, Zahara was also set to get married to radio personality Amaza. Apparently, lobola negotiations had already started, but Zahara was not happy. She says she called off the engagement because Amaza didn't love her the way she needed. I needed a real man and he just wasn't the right man for me. So she dumped him like a hot potato and moved on to greener pastures. Although Lebo Mbele loves getting married, sometimes things just don't work out. He has had to cancel 2 engagements, one with Mel Nzala and the other with Soimtiane. With Mel, she says she just grew tired of him and just wanted out. Rumor has it that they broke up because Lebo Mbele had started entertaining his ex-wife Angela Ngani Kasara. In Zoe's case, Lebo says they broke up because Zoe refused to sign his prenup agreement. While Zoe says Lebo is a toxic liar, she says she wanted Lebo to pay damages for her and ask for her hand in marriage. So they clashed and couldn't come to an agreement. This is just 5 months after Lebo had proposed to her on a family vacation with a diamond ring inspired by the Lion King. Lerato Kganyago, who had accepted a soccer baker Katlego Mashego's proposal in 2013, called it off after a year. He had been rumored to be cheating and Lerato was hurtful. Lerato herself says it was irreconcilable differences and had already fallen out of love with him, but also the way she dumped him, legendary. While he was at training, she packed up all her bags and left. He called asking where she was after coming home to an empty closet. She told him she was gone. He asked her when she was coming back. She said never. Ouch. Savage through and through. While it must have been painful at the time, most of these celebrities are now in loving relationships. So it's all water under the bridge now. Which couple would you have loved to see getting married?